Alright, on to deck building here. Let's put in some of the auto includes. This guy's in. Distress, I'm not sure about right off the bat. I think the bats you have to have just as Bloodthirst enablers. Let's see what we're working with right here. I'm just going to go ahead and run all of the shocks.
How many bats do you have?
Removal. 3, I think? Yeah, 3.
And then you have 5 shocks. Here's the thing, you're in an 8-4, right?
Yeah.
So there's only 2 reasons you might see so many shocks. 1, people are dumb and they're doing it, or they're just skipping it. Or 2, it's really good. Sorry, no. What was I saying? I got all confused. No. So the 2 things are, you think it's really good and everyone else is dumb, or everyone else thinks it's bad and you're dumb.
Or no one wants to play red and it is good.
I find that unlikely.
Is Bloodseeker a for sure in, or is it more of a maybe?
I mean, if I'm playing Sorin's Vengeance, I think it's probably a for sure in, because you know, you're just trying to get them as low as possible. And like things like Warstorm Surge and just 10 points of burn from shock means that sometimes if we can just get them to like, you know, 10 or 9 or 8 or something, that you'll just randomly win. And like even like Crumbling Colossus and things like that mean that, you know, you're just trying to get them really, really low and then find ways to finish them off. Like, what would you suggest running over? It'd probably be something like one of these guys, or
I feel like I would only run a Tunneler if I had a Goblin Grenade.
Yeah. I mean, Tunneler's good with, like, Child of Night.
I think we do have to have it, given the fact that we only have 13 creatures at this point.
The Tunneler?
No, I'm talking about the Bloodseeker.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I was just wondering, when you first put it in, you were putting in cards that were auto-ins, you said? And
yeah, I mean, I think he's...
much of an auto-in.
I think he's, like, probably the last auto-in. I mean,
yeah.
I don't really want to run anything else over him. These guys are all just so mediocre. Like, Tunneler is good with Fiery Hellhound, Devouring Swarm for the finish, Child of Night, I guess Bats if they have blockers, but other than that, it's just really not that good.
Is it worth running Warstorm Surge if we don't really have... I mean, we have the Crumbling Colossus and the Runescarred Demon. We're not even running like a Lightning Elemental. I'm wondering if we could take that out for another creature.
It's possible. I mean, I would rather keep this in and cut something else for another creature, like... Maybe I don't really want to cut one of the shocks, but
what about the crown? I mean, if we're trying to just get them as low as possible, that's kind of a slower card and more of a preventing damage rather than getting it in.
Yeah, I guess that's true. I mean, Warstorm Surge right now is good with Crumbling Colossus, Runescarred Demon. I think both of these guys, if they can be Bloodthirsted, and I'm not sure like with these Shade creatures. So like the way that works is that you play the Shade or the Fiery Hellhound, and the trigger goes on the stack. And then if you pump these guys in response to the trigger going on the stack, I don't know if it like, you know, if you make this guy like a 5/2 in response to this, I think that's how it works. So.
Well, because it hasn't entered the battlefield yet, right? So you can trigger.
Well, no, it has. It enters the battlefield, but when the trigger goes on the stack, I don't think it checks the power level of the creature until it resolves. Okay. And so if you've pumped it in response, then...
that would be pretty sweet if we can get that off.
Alright, MTGO suggests 10-7. I mean, I want a lot of black, obviously, for Sorin's Thirst, but I do want some red for Fiery Hellhound. I think 10-7 is going to be fine. I don't want to make it too hard to cast the Sorin's Vengeance if we get to it. And, I mean, you know, having Fiery Hellhound on turn 3 is not the most important thing in the world. So, we'll just go like this and run it.